Good evening. Welcome to another edition of African Americans Ain't Africans, the thing show that proves without a shadow of a doubt that the so called African American didn't find their way to America in the trunk of a ship. I'm your host, the Indigenous One. Excuse that. Understand what is being said. Understand what is being said. Things are real tripped out now. And you're going to have to come to the conclusion that most people, especially the religious in all these organizations, they're basically demons, y'all. Seriously. Let's start looking at it another way. There's too much stuff happening for us to just try to go about what we call our daily lives. And they aren't our daily lives. Copper colored lifestyle. How you doing, love? Sylvia, how you doing? Glad you guys can join us tonight. Start paying attention to what's being said. And I'm not saying this is all people, but most people, especially the indigenous communities around America, most people don't even know it, which is why all the immigrants are flooding, pushing them around. They don't know it, they don't care. But the immigrants coming over know who you are, and they're going to play off what's being taught to you for their benefit. Don't whine because you're allowing it to happen. So tonight we're going to talk about some things that we better pay attention to and understand, because the world is just transforming right in front of your eyes. And your children and your grandchildren, they can't, they're not going to be able to understand if they don't know some things about themselves. That's why I always say, do the genealogy on yourself, do a history on yourself. Screw every history somebody tells you about. Do the history of you. That's all you got to do. And you'll understand what is happening. I want to start off tonight. Just want to share some of the things I got this weekend. People sent me, this past week, that people have sent me and just asked me what I thought about these things. And things are happening right in front of our faces, and the majority, and when I say majority, I mean 90% of indigenous people in America don't understand it because they're used to being called by the titles Black, African American, blah, blah, blah. So they're not understanding a lot of things that are going on. So I get a clip this week of this woman in Haiti, and she said something that we should know, but we don't pay much attention to. The woman who was in Haiti, obviously, for half the year she lives in Haiti, the other half of the year she lives in the States. And she was back home in Haiti, and she said what she was noticing in the news when they talk about Haiti, they talk about Haiti, how they talk about Haiti, like Haiti ain't shit. It's horrible, blah, blah, blah. They're animals, they're zombies, whatever. And she said that's not the case at all. It's not the case at all. She's standing on a cold beach and she said, listen, and this is why they tell you bad stuff about other places. Because remember, Haiti's part of the Americas. They're the first Black republic. Every other republic tried to copy off of them. We don't know that. We don't know. I didn't know. And we just keep getting kicked around here. But this is what she said that was very important. And that was cool too. She said she invited her people from America down to Haiti. They stayed in Haiti for a year, and their rent for the whole year, this was 10 people. And this is what I mean. These are things we have to pay attention to. 10 people staying in Haiti for $1,400 for the year. Now, just imagine if all your family members, all the rents and mortgages that they're paying, what would that get in the world today if we worked as a unit? If we work like if we work like a fingers on a hand, where would that get us? I know people, my family paying $3,000 a month for an apartment. I got 40 cousins plus their kids and grandkids. How much if we, I mean, and I know it's something that we don't think about. If we use that to our benefit, would things be as bad as they are now? Hell no. But since we don't look at stuff the same way, I don't like that nigga shoes. He got the wrong belt on. That's how we look at each other. And it from prevents us from working together as a unit. So if you can find that video online, you can find it. Uh, I used to share stuff like that, but you know all the laws and stuff, and look, you can find it. Understand what is being said to you, because what's being said to you isn't for you, it's for other people. You would think by now that we would understand that. Few of us do, the majority don't. We think we're just part of this whole pie that's going on in your land while immigrants come from across the world. And I'm not saying all of us, I'm saying most, at least 90% is acting like they are part of the whole thing. And you're not. Those of you who love your family, point this out to them and show them that they're not. It should be evident to everybody now because you hear everybody going to these city council meetings, bitching and crying and whining. Why? You made this happen. You killed out all the people in your community to make room This is the question I always ask. What are civilized tribes if they were calling you savages at the time they came up with civilized tribes? Who are in these civilized tribes? Who are in these tribes? Because remember, they were calling you savages then, right? And this is what we get caught up in. We get caught up in calling ourselves what they try to call themselves. There were no Cherokee. There were no Choctaw. They weren't that. All that was bullshit to come in and infiltrate you while they were warring against you. All those Indian wars were going on at that time. They did the same thing that they did to you, that they did to them Africans, that they did to them Indians in India, that they did to your family down in South America. They did the exact same thing. They come in and try to get your land and infiltrate and be you. Kill off your elders, have your children, educate your children, and that's what you've grown up into today. Haven't you? Then that's what happened. I mean, we don't even look at it. We don't even look at it. Check out the scattering of the people in America. I mean, through the 60s, migration patterns from the South to the North, the Midwest to the Northwest. Do some genealogy on your family. Find out who you are. Just going around saying you're black ain't doing it. And that's not what it means anyway. You've never seen a black person, yet you call yourself that. Check this out. Met this brother last night, big football player type cat. And this is what I mean. People get over on us because they know we don't know. They know we don't know. You miss 50 minutes of you talking. Oh, I'm sorry. I'll loop back around. I don't know how that happened, but check this out. Check out this brother. This brother, check out his shirt, and you could see the people sniggling at his shirt. This is how bad it's gotten. This brother he was bigger than your average brother. This brother was about 6'5", 280 pounds. He had a shirt, and the shirt said, I belonged, I'm supposed to be here. Signed, and it had the word signed, black man. And so I asked him, but have you ever seen that movie Malcolm X? Yeah. I'm like, remember what Malcolm X was learning about what the word black mean? Of course, I forgot. It's normal. Brother, go back and look at that. And you're not black. So then I go to show them, I go, just because, I mean, these cats don't know nothing. So I showed them the picture of the $50 bill pre-Civil War because I asked him where he was from and he told me. So I just showed him the money from the area that he's from. And he was like, he didn't know. I'm like, did those people call themselves black? I don't know. And this is what we got walking around, y'all. This so what do you think he teaches his children? I mean, seriously, what you think he teaches his kids? This is where we are. We're in this kind of mental state when all this bullshit is going around in the world. All of it. Many of us think Jesus is going to help. Many think that. Some angel named Jesus is going to come and make all of this right. This is one thing. This is what you got walking around. Politicians, so to be like, well, the politics, what? They're not for you. They're trying to get closer because they see what's going. They're making this happen. All the city councils in the state that I am, they're going to the city councils asking what the hell is going on. They're paying attention to what's going on around you. Back to the five civilized tribes, though. These civilized tribes, they're foreigners, y'all. Supposed to say, find out who you are, find out who your family is. What did they call themselves? What did they call the places where they lived? What did they call the minerals in the food? Genealogy is not taking somebody else's idea of who you are and applying it to yourself. You will always be what they want you to be. And the five civilized they're talking about, when have they ever been civilized? When you ask yourself that question, you'll come up with a simple answer. Never. You come to other people's land, trick them out of their land. Well, I ain't gonna say trick because a lot of gave it up, like the African American does today. Give it up, and it will be pissed off at you because so what? I can do what I want to do. Exactly how the African American is. Arrogant to the point where he's getting. You think Martin Luther King said the Negro has become exiled in his own land? The Negro has become the grass in his own country, and arrogant about it. Arrogant. Won't learn about itself. Nothing. Won't think. This mother with two daughters cussed me out one time. He's told me, I don't have to think. You don't tell me what to do. You ain't my daddy, nigga. Sister with two kids told me that. She don't have to think if she don't want to. I'm like, what about your daughters? They're gonna be all right. Okay. And this is what I mean, the arrogance. Worshiping something that is not you. So I always ask the African American, before they bought you Christianity, before Islam bought you the heroin, what were the spiritual practices of your people? Nobody knows. Nobody knows. So it's simple. They follow the path of nature. Now, not everybody was like that. Different people lived in different places. Different people did different things. People who lived in the mountains didn't fish like the people who lived in the valley. People who lived near beaches didn't live like people who lived in the desert or inland areas. Different people that live in certain places can't do the same thing people who live in other areas do because they have a certain mineral content in their bodies. They can do certain things. People that live in Maine uh, can trap lobster better than the people who live on the Mississippi River. Why? Because there's no lobsters in the Mississippi River. What they do on the Mississippi River, the people in Maine, they don't understand that. Two different people, but they all work together. And that was the cool part about America. Everybody from every different hamlet you went to, they could work together. People just didn't live in Mississippi their whole lives. They went up north. They went out west. They got trails here in America, trails, natural roads that if you walk on barefoot outside, it would feel better than any carpet you ever walked on. They got roads, dirt roads that if you walk on them, is softer than any carpet you ever walked on. The tribes that you say all these tribes, they're basically like colleges. And what does colleges do? What do colleges make sure you do? Why do people, the day they walk across the stage, the day the people walk across the stage, what are they proud that they're getting? What they spent all that money going to school for? They spent all that money going to school to get a degree. And so I learned this from a person who had a degree. Do you know what the word "gree" means? And I'm thinking agree. And he's like, close. The word "gree" means mastery, superiority. You're skilled in something. Agreeable. You could, positive energy. I'm like, okay, I got it. So if the word "gree" Gree means that, what does degree means? Well, I know D has a negative connotation. Like, no, you're right. It means no, no mastery, no superiority, nothing. And that's what people, and we don't even understand the word. And this is what I'm saying. You got to read and understand what is being said to you because they'll tell you anything. And with so called Black people, you can tell them anything. They celebrate New Year in the dead of winter, don't they? Isn't that what dead people, ghouls, do? Celebrate in the dead of winter when everybody else is trying to get ready for spring, the new year? Isn't that what Black people do? Yeah, understand what is being communicated to you. Understand what is being said. And have your children understand this stuff. Because, like I say, it's getting real crazy out there. So, this is another little tidbit. And I know a lot of people, they get all hurt by this, but this is for real. You better understand this. So, today, this sister retired from the WNBA. Now, we see all this negative stuff going on in the entertainment business. In the entertainment, basketball, football, baseball, all of that is entertainment. The entertainment is used to push these ideas on people. because they know there's a lot of people who follow that. You heard about the guy that just got fired. He was working for some company and he was saying what athletes are. He was working for a team and he was saying the basic person that watch sports is an idiot. He was fired from the team for letting out their secret, but this is what he said. He said the average person that comes to a game, and if you've seen the prices of game, you wouldn't go because I know I wouldn't. The average person that goes to a sporting event is an idiot. This is what the guy said. He was over marketing or something for the Washington Redskins. You see, that's another thing that just the Washington Redskins helmet looks just like your granddaddy. They got rid of that, and there was virtually no uproar from the Negro community. Nothing. Nothing. Watch what these cats are saying to you. Watch what they're saying to you. This chick in the WNBA, she had top surgery. So you see how the confusion is going on? All that is birth control. And I don't know how we don't see that. Get you out of here. Getting you out of here. And the reason we can't say or do nothing because we spent a whole bunch of time making sure we get out of here, didn't we? See, we don't want to pay attention to it. We spent a major part of the 80s and 90s making sure we got rid of each other. Now they doubling on it with this. Have the men hate each other, have the women hate each other, have them hate each other, have everybody hate each other. The men don't look at the women as sexy no more. They see each other as sexy. That's what this whole whoever the guy is, this whole thing, that's what it is. Debauchery. And this is the type of stuff we love. We worship these people. They still, I mean, seriously. I mean, when these cats talk about some of these people who died over the years, they talk about them like they're gods. And if you listen to their music, it's all garbage. All garbage. This is the kind of stuff we go crazy over. I ain't talking about just kids. I'm talking about full grown 50, 60, 70-year-old adults. Love this stuff. Pure garbage. You got that going on. You got the transgenderism going on, the food, the education, the medical establishment, prices going up. As a unit of people who all of these things I just mentioned, and trust me, there's many more. What do we do to combat that? What do we do to make sure that stuff doesn't happen? What do we do? I say the land that you come from, because I say none of these cities are shit unless the indigenous people are in on it. They make it fun. Name a city. If you take the so-called African American black people out, the cities are dead. We don't see that. So this is what we got to pay attention to what's going on. What if you we check so here's a when we, I'm sorry you guys having a weird night. So and I'm gonna go ahead and end it because things are happening now. Um, Understand and pay attention to what's being said, what's going on, what's being said to you, because things are getting really. Watch out for the furries. You got people claiming they see certain things that I don't see. I'm sure a lot of you guys don't see. I'm sure a lot of you guys see things that we wouldn't believe. Pay attention. Have and teach your children to pay attention too. Teach your children to be intelligent. Teach your children to understand what's happening,